The orange one here. So we're loading up right where we were. And it looks like that dude that was chasing us doesn't care anymore about us. He's just gonna be doing his thing. I think so start us off, my plan for the episode is probably recruit some more people, maybe maybe attack a group. I'm thinking that we've got numbers where, I mean, it would be nice if we had better armor, but I think that we've got decent enough armor as it is. Okay, Silas is I'm shocked he hasn't been seen by this group yet. It's apparently right here. Where are these dudes? Oh, yep, they're chasing you, dude. Okay, so Silas, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you all, I installed a ton of different mods, so I don't know, is there a way for me to see mods in here? There is. So I've installed Nice Map, Military Craft, and Compressed Textures project. This does seem to help with loading times and whatnot. It didn't really seem to help with the fog islands and the crashes I've been getting, unfortunately. I mean, I'm kind of pushing the game to its limits. It is, in case you're not aware, this game's like 10 years old in terms of the code that's written for it and the engine and all that stuff. So it's a miracle it even runs, you know. And Silas almost got hit there. You know what we could try and do is we could have these guys chase us all the way up to Morn. Actually, not too far. Why don't we see how far they'll follow us? Because that would be a nice way to get bulk recruits. I'm so happy that I finally installed some of those mods that people have been telling me about. And you may be noticing the game's running a little bit smoother than it normally does. I mean, I think on normal settings it doesn't really change much. Okay. You know what would be nice? What I'd really like is if I could recruit a prince. Doesn't look like there is a prince among you though. No royal blood, I guess. I like how you can see the roads. That's super cool. Wait, hold on, guys. Where are y'all going? Apparently you're following the leader, but yeah, there we go. That's better. All eyes on me, as a wise man once said. It's from a rap song, if you're not familiar. God, I am the worst with rap. I don't really listen to rap. I don't know. I do occasionally, like I'll get in some moods where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to Wu-Tang, or I'm gonna listen to Tribe Called Quest. Aside from them, I don't really listen to an awful lot of rap. Ooh, we may not have to take these guys to the city after all. They, never mind. That was brutal. Jeez, look at them. Look at that. That took them like no time at all. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit bad about how hard of a time I had killing these things. He just went and obliterated them. They do have a sizable group though. Where are you guys going? See, this is why I think we're not going to be able to kite these dudes all the way to Morn, is that they've got like ADHD or whatever. And they want to run back to their zone. I think you can only take people so far out of their zone before they start having some pathfinding issues with hanging out. Yeah, see, they don't want to hang out with me. Maybe I can shoot them? I don't know. It looks to me like we're not going to be able to do much here. No hive for king. I mean, I'll take a shot if we've got it. Sorry if this has been a little bit repetitive for you guys. We just really need to get some new recruits. Slash our industry going down here. Oh, weren't we gonna send Redmayne to go get armor. I think Catan, when we went there last, did not have oh, did you see that new attack animation that they just did there? Ooh, you know, I bet that they demolished those blood spiders because of all of the new attack animations that they have here. Look at that, look at that. They're doing like a little ankle sweep there. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, let's run Silas back to the base. Or actually, you know what, Silas, if we're sending anyone to go get armor, might as well send you because you're gonna be faster. I know there's a base like up here in Flats Lagoon and like another one down there. So let's just send Silas up that way. And I think this will be a little bit of an exploration episode instead of recruits, maybe. It's so hard when you, like at the beginning of the video, in like the first 30 seconds, you're like, okay, this is my game plan. And then like, it could just go completely off. And I have that happen all the time. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And then it takes me like 15 minutes to even get ready to do the thing. And then it's like, okay, well, we don't have enough time for the thing. First world problems, right? I think that's a pretty high up there. I love the first world problem memes. It's a very funny thing. It puts things in perspectives when you start complaining about how awful something is, and it totally is like in your mind you're like, this is so awful, and then it's like, wait, hold on, no, like I'm not gonna die or like be traumatized by anything tonight. Life's good. But then again, you know, sometimes people use that, the whole argument there of first world problems, to like basically say that your problem's not a problem, which can be a big problem, you know? Like if you're like, oh no, you don't have like good internet access, oh you poor thing, you know, like that's a pretty big deal. There was like I'm really into like what's his name? Hassan Minaj. He's amazing. I really like him. He's such a funny comedian. But his show on Netflix, Patriot Act, is like it's basically Last Week Tonight, where they like focus in on a topic for the week and they do like in-depth reporting on it and analysis on it. But it's like millennial focused. Like the issues are like things that millennials would care about. And why was I talking about him? Oh, internet. Yeah, so the internet, he was talking about internet access, and I'm sure you guys as internet savvy people are aware that like not everyone has access to internet, and that is like a first world problem, kind of, but it's also an inequitable problem. Like if you don't have access to, oh, I was about to go crossing the water there, but I don't know. I think we will. We'll go for a little dip. Those guys can't attack us. But essentially, as a teacher, what we've seen is, you know, if you give kids a homework assignment, who's going to have help at home? Usually the rich white kids, right? But if you don't have access to that, what do? You go online. Like, well, that's how I answered most of my questions in college. I remember there was this one thing, oh gosh, I know I'm going to get backwards now, but basically my AP bio teacher said like that biologists and chemists disagreed with each other on like what releases energy and what absorbs energy. I think what he was saying was like ATP releases energy when you break the bond. And so biologists thought that was the case. That's totally wrong, and I found that out thanks to Reddit. Like legit. Like if you look at breaking and forming bonds, if they're endothermic or exothermic, there's this really good post that goes into detail as to why when you break a bond, it always requires energy. Or not always, but it tends to require energy. Kind of depending on what other things you're forming, and basically the biology mentality of ATP breaking that bond, releasing the energy. It's not so much that bond being released that's releasing the energy. It has to do with the interaction of the phosphate group with the water and it being stabilized and a couple other things. Long story short, if you want a good answer to a question and you know how to use the internet, you can find it usually. And if you don't have access to that, you're just never gonna know any better. Like if I was living a decade ago, I would have never known. Wait, what? There's a spider in here. Okay. Guard's gonna do anything about that, or just gonna let them go through? Or are they like, okay, wait, someone shot him for 600 damage. Yeah, that'll take care of the skin spider, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we have a drone guard in here waiting to be recruited. Let's try and see if we can recruit him. Yeah, we got this dude. In case you're unaware, if you want to get added to the name list on my Discord, I've forgotten exactly where I put it, but I think it's in like the communication tab or something. But basically, I have a list where you can put your name down there, and I'll add you in ASAP. Just marveling at this southern gentleman. Excuse me. He's a little bit of a beefcake. So yeah, Silas, you're here. Nice. Wait, what? What? What happened there? This town's all kinds of interesting. There's 3 signs on that one. There's 2 on this. Only 1 on that. Yeah, there's something super weird happened with the imports and whatnot. But at least we have access to an armor store. You're a hat trader? Really? Not exactly what I was looking for. This is like armor / swords. Please be an armor and not a swords person. Yeah, Ronin armor trader. No, this is what I was looking for. Anything masterwork? No. Okay, yeah, this is not gonna be a great long-term solution. Better than nothing, I suppose. Not armored rags. I would like the plate jacket, I think. Maybe a black plate jacket? I feel like that would be a good investment for us. We'll do something like this maybe, and I think then we can fit that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And what about pants wise? I think this is our best. Unfortunately, it's a pretty terrible armor, but better than nothing. I think I might. I keep on saying I'm gonna do this, but I think I might actually have someone run back to base. I might have Silas just do it. I might just, for your sake, skip some of that needless watching. What else did I want to do? Well, we've got some armor. 2 sets of armor. That's like pretty terrible, but it's better than nothing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people pretty well set up. We got like 2 people like with decent enough gear as well. I would consider attacking / losing everyone. I mean, my concern is if the attack does not go well, is that everyone will get 8 and we'll be back to square one where we were like 4 episodes ago before we start trying to recruit everyone back. Don't worry, Danger Dom. I am thinking, I don't know why I'm communicating with you via this, but I am thinking I might name a Danger Dom 2.0 and keep Ranger on. Let me know if you would like that, or if you're fine with Ranger on. I don't know if you, at this time, because you had said you wanted to be named 2.0. I'm not sure if that was before or after you saw Ranger on. I think it's before. But again, I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay, Silas, you're gonna just run over here. Yeah, we'll keep it sped up. Things seem to be good. Why don't we have you go trade with Ranger Ron? What's going on out here? More blood spiders getting owned? Oh, wait, hold on. We were gonna do a second cage, weren't we? Build interior. And prisoner cage. I suppose this is why nobody ever kills off their entire party in Kenshi, is they basically, I wouldn't say ruins your Let's Play, but it makes it so that you have to kind of go back a while. And, you know, I think while I personally really enjoy the whole everybody can die, we're gonna charge off to our deaths type of gameplay, I know a lot of people don't. Let's go ahead. No, let's give Ranger on, seeing how they're the spiritual succession. Give them something decent. Wait, what just happened? I'm so confused. Someone had, yes, you were the one who had blackened chain shirts. And then Jig, why don't you trade with, sorry, let's get everyone on the build job there. I think Beef, we're gonna want you to first trade with Grape and get your shirt. And then we'll get you the rest of the stuff. Silas, go trade with Beef. Go ahead, give him actual pants. And we'll take that back as well. Good. Oh, you don't have a weapon. That would be a problem. And let's give that katana there. And that to Beef, I think. Or is it Jig that needs one? No, they're all good. My vote right now is to send everyone besides Silas out on a run. Actually, you know, maybe we'll bring Silas with us, but Silas will, I don't know. I feel like we should keep some of these limbs down here. Why don't you take the rest of that? Like so. We'll keep that all there. Yeah, let's get everyone heading down. We're gonna do it. We're gonna start making our party combat worthy. That Garu's just running through the town, and I can see what you're, whoever was putting the comments about the guards getting taken out. I can see what you mean. This place is not really made to last by the looks of it. That band of bones, dude. Check. Yeah, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of the gangs really have too many hivers besides the ninjas. like the sand ninjas and whatnot in the desert. Yeah, all these dudes seem to be like either Shek or human in these factions that are like basically I think it's like humans, Shek, and random factions of humans and Shek, and then like Hivers, a little bit of Hivers over here, actually quite a bit of Hivers over here, which is actually kind of weird. It's like, why are there Hivers up here in this society, but near their hometown they're like non-existent besides Fogman? Makes you wonder if maybe the parasite, it took out the hives, if it doesn't like the desert. Wouldn't that be cool? Like the dryness was what was keeping those guys sane. I've got a feeling that that's totally not what's happening, but I want to believe. Can I just believe? Okay, someone's moving slow here. Someone's moving real slow. Grape. I mean, Grape is kind of weighed down, so that kind of makes sense. Redman, why don't you go pick up Grape? I guess I could have Silas pick up Danky. Yeah, let's do that. Just so that we don't spend all day waiting for Danky and Grape to, I don't know, stop picking their, I was gonna say noses, but Hivers don't have noses, do they? Or do they? Okay, we need to know. Do you have a nose? No nose, as far as I can tell. I mean, they do have these cracks and stuff, so I don't know. What about these guys? Do they have noses? Can't really see through that guy's booty. I need to know. No nose. They've got no sense of smell. Maybe that would be good in the Kenshi world. I feel like a lot of places would smell pretty nasty. This place probably smells like nothing. You know? But like the swamp probably smells pretty bad. The old ruins, yeah, probably pretty stinky. Or at least dusty. Alright guys. God. Giannis. That body. Look at that. Look at that armor. Oh man. It's probably not as strong anymore if it's not a regular circle, if it's like some ellipse or something. Okay, I'm thinking I might speed it up, I'm not sure. So I'm not gonna lie, I've been really enjoying my Cataclysm series to the point where I feel like I've been neglecting this series. And I mean, there's just so much cool stuff happening in that Cataclysm game. It's kind of hard for me to think about much else. And I've actually I've recorded all the way until episode, I think, 27. They're not all uploaded just yet, but I've recorded really far in advance for that. Because I've been really enjoying it. I mean, we just got our own base with electricity working in it, which is pretty cool. And they've changed some crafting stuff in that game to make it harder and harder to get what is called a Deathmobile. But we're just on the cusp. We're just on the cusp of having a Deathmobile. I've just been really enjoying it. And then there was the second reason besides just cool stuff is there's also the fact that it I record that, I mean I record at 60 frames per second, but then I upload at only 30 for the Cataclysm series, because it's not like Kenshi, it's not really like animations or whatever, it's just tiles and turns, you know, so it doesn't really matter if things are not so great. But I mean, the human eye can't really even see at 60 frames per second, so I was considering doing an experiment and uploading one of these at 30 frames per second and seeing if anyone said anything or if stats went down or whatever. But it's one of those things where I'm like, do I want to do this experiment on my most successful series? Actually, you know what? This series is not my most successful series. My first Kenshi series is by far my most successful series. But I think like most of that came from the tutorials. Because if I look right now, most of my videos, if I look at my stats, most of my views are from right now, like for the last week, are from those tutorials. But if I look at watch time overall, it's crazy how much watch time the original Kenshi series has. Like, I think a lot of people watch the tutorials and then watch a couple episodes from the Omelas Kenshi group. And, yeah, it's like, it has like twice as much watch time as most of my other series. I think the tutorials was pretty close behind it. And actually my first series ever, the Cataclysm series with Dominic Clark, that one's doing pretty good too. I was pleasantly surprised to see that, how many views that has. But you know what's crazy is that the Kenshi Hivers only nearly has as much watch time as my original Cataclysm series. I got mixed emotions about that. I don't think we want to go this way. We want to go that way. And I'm looking at the time and I'm wondering, do I want to have the entire group die at the beginning or an end of an episode? And I'm thinking probably the beginning of the next episode, just so it's got that interest factor. Because like I've been, you know, trying to geek out a little bit on the stats, but I feel like YouTube and all the videos from the Creator Insiders thing is really aimed at not video game content creators, but it's a much more generalized thing. But I've been looking at all my data and trying to make decisions based off that. Can you guys hear that little motorbike there? One of my neighbors went down the little dirt road that we have. Yeah, vroom vroom. I agree. Oh my gosh. I think I might have to close the window. Sorry, excuse me. It's pretty obnoxious. I actually remember that growing up, the two neighborhood boys right next to me had like little motorbikes and they would always be riding those things around. My parents got in a tizzy about it. I say that because they're English and they would actually say like stuff like that. I don't know. I swear my mom makes up half the sayings that she uses, but besides the point. Okay, I would like to find a group before we end things. Not really seeing any movement though. Could be too far zoomed out. That does happen. And we could... No, we can't assault the village. That would just end poorly. That's like the worst idea ever. Ooh, ooh, there they are. There they are. Howdy. I love howdy, by the way. It's like one of my favorite greetings. I never use it because it's like where I'm from, people don't use howdy, but gosh dang it, do I like that. I like me some weird American lingo. I guess the whole world does, right? Yeah, at this point, I'm rambling even more than I usually do, so I'm thinking I should probably end this episode. Thank you for joining me. This has been Orange One.